Welcome back, everybody, to For Goodness Take. Today, we have Eastern Michigan quarterback Chris Helbig. Chris, how are you today?
I'm great. Yourself?
Great, thank you. So today, we're going to talk some football, banter back and forth, and all that good stuff. To kick it off, what has been your favorite collegiate memory so far?
Man, my favorite collegiate memory had to be when I was at Southern Utah, my third game of the season, third start at the Division I level, playing at the University of Arizona. There's about a minute, 2 minutes before half. It's loud. There's a lot of people in there. It's third and goal. We're on like the 3-yard line. I'm supposed to throw a bubble screen. Bubble screen's not open, so I just tuck it, run, get tackled right at the goal line, score a touchdown. And I've never expected a place with that many people in it to just go silent. I mean, for a Pac-12 team to be tied going into half with the Big Sky team, that place went silent, and it was cool just to run that touchdown in and hear a place so loud on third down, and then just get so quiet. So that's probably my greatest memory so far.
How did it feel to score that touchdown?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, it just gave me chills, man, just to hear that place go quiet and just know that we could compete with these kids, man. It was a great feeling.
How'd that second half start off?
Yeah, the second half got a little rough. The bigger schools had a little more depth than we had. So in that Arizona heat, they were able to play 2, 3 guys, and we were playing one, maybe 2 guys. So second half, they got us, but I mean, just to go into halftime tied, or I think they might have got a field goal there at the end before halftime. But just to be that close, man, it was a good feeling going into the locker room at halftime.
Hey, at least you had him in the first half pretty much. You could count that as a half win.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take our victories when we can, I guess, right?
Yeah. Sadly, you're not going to play for Southern Utah anymore, and you're going to go to Eastern Michigan. But what made you choose Eastern Michigan?
Yeah, so the biggest thing for me, I mean, I graduated with 2 years left to play. And people always talk about proving others wrong, but for me, it's always just been prove myself right. I know how hard I work. I know that I can compete at this level. And when I graduated with 2 years left, man, that was just something that I wanted to do since a kid, was have a chance to be a quarterback at a FBS school. And this opportunity here was something that I couldn't pass up. And they had my master's program, so it all just kind of fell in line. I visited here on a Thursday, Friday, and by Sunday I was committed. By that Monday, I was signing the papers to start here in January. So it's really been a blessing. And I just knew that I wanted to compete at this level. And when they gave me that opportunity, I just couldn't pass it up.
What are you excited for most about being an Eagle?
I'm excited most about Maction, I guess. That's something I've always watched, is just on Tuesday, man. How do these kids get excited to play a game on a Tuesday night? And that's something I'm looking forward to, just those games on ESPN, those Maction games. But besides that, I was just excited to get around these guys. They played in a bowl game. They had a chance to beat Pitt last year. And I knew coming in January was going to be a good environment to come into, guys coming off a successful season here. And I was looking forward to just getting to know this team and getting to work out with some guys.
That's awesome. I know FCS and FBS, there's a huge line between the two. So what steps are you going to take to really cement yourself as an FBS quarterback?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me is just getting timing down with these receivers. They're a little faster than some of the kids I had at Southern Utah. But, I mean, besides that, I haven't been able to notice too big a difference. I mean, I had some great guys around me at Southern Utah. So here it's just a little bit faster. So just getting that timing down, I think that's the biggest thing as a quarterback, making those decisions quick, seeing the defense. So that's something, I mean, I don't think you can be – I think that's something still Tom Brady works on. It's just that timing and just making sure that you get the ball out as fast as you possibly can. So that's something that I know I'm going to have to work on here, and I'm looking forward to it when fall camp starts.
When I play pickup football with my friends at the park, like 4v4, 5v5, my biggest weakness is my arm. How can I throw the ball farther than 25, 20 yards without tearing my shoulder in half?
Man, man, that's a hard one. I know what you mean. I broke my collarbone a couple of years ago, and when I try to really sling some things out there, it gets a little sore. But shoot, man, that's a hard one. I guess just put all you can into it. That's a tough one. I mean, um, I've been blessed just being able to throw the ball. When I was little, I used to play a ton of baseball and football, so that throwing motion just kind of always been natural for me. So, man, on that one, I wish I could help you out, but at this point, man, just let it slide. Just sling that thing.
I'll just stick to my 5-yard slants and my 10-yard outs, I guess.
Hey, it's efficient.
I mean, it works, yeah. You said you played baseball when you were younger. What made you choose football?
Um, so I was actually thinking about going to play college basketball. I had a few offers to do that. I stopped playing baseball my freshman year of high school just to focus on football and basketball. My senior year football, wanting to go play basketball possibly, don't really know yet. Eighth game of the season, I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus, and that just kind of left me wanting more. It was just, man, I can't end my football career like this, man. I'm not. I know when I look back on things, I'm gonna say, man, I wish I did this, or I wish I would have given myself another chance with football. So that's something that I did, and I don't look back at all and regret it. So, I mean, at the time, dealing with that injury um, was not fun. Obviously, mentally, I was challenged a little bit, but now looking back on it, it's just a blessing. I'm glad that it happened the way that it did because I don't know if I'd be where I'm at today. So,
I believe you made the right choice.
yep, I'm hoping so. Good thing is I don't really look back and regret many things in my past, so I'm on your side on this one.
Football's the best sport, in my opinion. Actually, I think it's a fact that football's the best sport.
When it comes game day, yeah, there's nothing like a college football, even a high school football atmosphere, man.
Hmm.
They're one in a lifetime thing to experience for sure.
Unparalleled to any other sport.
Yep.
Who would you compare yourself most to in the NFL, quarterback-wise?
Man, that one's a little tough. I would say Carson Wentz, and he's just someone I've tried to study a little bit too, just because he came from the FCS level and he won national championships and he's a winner. He suffered some injuries, but just the way that he's able to stand in the pocket and throw the ball even after what he's gone through, man, just shows his mental toughness and his strengths as a quarterback. And then I also think that I have a little bit of his game when things break down, being able to get outside the pocket, not being the most mobile guy, but I think it's just a gift being able to make people miss in the pocket and things like that. I think when it comes down to that, it's not too much athleticism, but just kind of your studying of the game and just your instinct. So I think he has a great instinct, and that's something watching him that I think I have like him a little bit is just being able to react in that pocket, move, slide, make throws. So I would say it's hard to compare yourself to a pro just because those guys are the best. But if there is somebody that I'd like to resemble my game after, I would say it's Carson for sure.
I mean, he's an Eagle, you're an Eagle, so I mean,
Hey, I didn't even think about that. I guess it's destiny right there.
are the Eagles your favorite team?
No, I'm a Broncos fan. I'm from Colorado. I ride for the Broncos, the Nuggets. I don't watch baseball too much, but the Rockies. But I'm a huge Broncos and Nuggets fan. So I'm a hometown fan.
Drew Lock, thoughts on him?
I hope he's the answer, man. It's ever since we won the Super Bowl, we've had a few rough years there, but I liked what I saw out of him when he got to play this year, and he got some more weapons around him in this draft class. So I think he should have a good season. Hopefully, get the Broncos back in the playoffs.
Do you think the Broncos will make the playoffs, though? Not hope, do you think?
I think they did. I think they will, man. I think they still have that strong defense. They've lost a few guys, but I think Denver's defense is always going to be one of the top defenses. And then offensively, Philip Lindsay's a great running back, and he has a chance to be the number 2 this year with Melvin Gordon coming in. So I think run game is there. If Drew Lock can kind of feed off that momentum he had towards the end of the year last year, the pass game's there. And the O-line started to look better towards the end of the season. So I'm hopeful. I mean, I think they got a good chance Obviously, they're in a tough division this year, with playing in the same division as the Chiefs. So I don't know if they'll win the division, but I think they'll have a good chance to get in the wild card.
Can I get a record prediction?
Oh, 16-0, or I guess
16 and 0.
15-1. No, I would say, man, if they can go 8-8, 9-7, something like that, and that in that conference, in that division, I think they'll have a good shot making the playoffs.
The worst part about being a Broncos fan is that Patrick Mahomes is going to be in your division for the next, let's just say, decade at the least. I
Yeah,
don't really know how I'd
hopefully he wants to try
survive
out.
that.
Hopefully he wants to try out Florida weather or something coming up when his contract ends. But yeah, no, he's an absolute stud, one of the best in the game right now. And good thing about that for the Broncos, like I said, is just their defense is their strong suit. So you can't stop Patrick, but I mean, if you can contain him a little bit, then I think we got a chance.
Bradley Chubb is back this season. He missed all last season with an ACL tear, so their defense will be better than last year's.
He is, and that just helps Von Miller a ton. I mean, I saw something where someone didn't have Von Miller ranked top 10 in pass rushers, and just blew my mind. The dude is an animal. I wouldn't want to play quarterback with him lined up on the other side, that's for sure. But I mean, with Bradley out, teams could really focus on Vaughn, and I think Bradley brings a good another pass rusher to the team, so they're going to have to kind of level things out who they're focusing on. So I think Vaughn could have a huge season this year.
Didn't you guys trade for a cornerback? It wasn't Desmond Trufant, it was someone else you guys got.
No, it was the guy I think he's from the Jaguars.
Oh, AJ Bouye. AJ
Yep,
Bouye.
yep. Yeah, so that'll help because we lost Chris Harris. So he has some big shoes to fill, but I mean, I think he was somewhere close to All Pro last year if he wasn't All Pro, or Pro Bowl. So he can play some football. So I think they did a good job going and getting another corner.
I think it all depends on Drew Lock.
Yep, that's huge, especially in the NFL these days, man. A team lives or dies on the quarterback. So I think after the momentum he had towards the end of the year last year, I think there's a good chance that they'll make the playoffs. And once you get in the playoffs, that's all you need to do is just get in, and then anything can happen from there.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to switch it up on you. So this is called the speed round. I'm going to say a word, phrase, idea, something, and you're going to respond with the first thing that comes to your head, whether it's a memory, action, thought, whatever it may be.
Okay,
Ready?
sounds good. Yep.
Thunderbird,
Oh, Southern Utah,
Eagle,
Eastern Michigan,
touchdown,
Ypsilanti. Touchdown, man. Just scoring all them touchdowns the last couple of years at Southern Utah. I was celebrating with my teammates. That's the best part.
interception,
Oof. Like to forget about those, man. I don't remember throwing any of those. I live and I learn. I just watch it on film and move on.
Chris Helbig,
Hopefully what I think is just a good inspiration, good person for younger generations to follow and be a good example for.
I'm going to switch it up on you one more time. This
Yeah.
is called Recruit Me. So I'm a 5-star wide receiver from Los Angeles, and my final 4 schools are USC, Ohio State, Clemson, and can you guess the 4th one?
I'm going to say Eastern Michigan.
Yep. So how are you going to get me to commit to Eastern Michigan?
Man, that's tough. I mean, you got a chance to come in and play right away. Obviously, coming from a Power 5 to a Group of 5, it's a little bit of drop down. But, I mean, I wasn't here for it, but I know Eastern Michigan has beat the last 3 Big Ten teams they've played. So they can compete with them big schools. And we just got a brand new facility, new weight room, no meeting rooms, new locker room. And, I mean, who doesn't want to play on that great turf? I mean, it's just something that you got to
That
try
is
it out
pretty
at
nice.
least once. When I first saw it in person, it was December. It was a little bit dark outside, and I just thought it was kind of the shadow on the field. And the next day came around, it was sunny out, and I was like, man, it really is gray. But no, it's something you got to see firsthand. And I mean, good offense here. We got good receivers. There's nothing like being in Ypsilanti, Michigan. So I don't think you need to hear much else. It's It's an easy option, easy choice.
How's the coach?
He's awesome, man. I love Coach Creighton. He we just the offensive coordinator left a couple weeks into the semester, so we got a new quarterback coach. He's a really cool dude, but these coaches here, they've built a really good family culture. Something that I can say that's I've been on a few different teams, and the ones that seem to find success, not just on the field, but with dudes later in life, man, it's the ones that can come together from all different parts of the country, different backgrounds, and really join and bond as a family. And that's something here. I mean, I've been here for 6 months, so I can't say that I've seen it all happen, but in those 6 months, it's been nothing short of welcoming for me. And I'm looking forward to see how this family does this season. Just because I don't think I've been around an atmosphere like this where it's such a tight knit family.
How are you with your receivers, like your relationship?
They're all good dudes, man. I mean, obviously with this coronavirus going on, we haven't got to work on a lot of throwing, but we've gotten back the last few weeks and started throwing again. And they're all great dudes, man. It's been great to get to know them, and I'm excited to see what they do this season. There's a few dudes that made some plays last year, so they're going to be a big part of the offense this year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do.
Okay, I think I've heard enough. With all that being said, I'm gonna commit to Eastern Michigan University. Go
Yes,
Eagles!
sir. Yes, sir. I like the hat.
Thank you. Got it shipped to my house yesterday after I signed my letter of intent.
It's good, man. We can't wait to have you.
Thank you. Let's score some touchdowns this year.
Looking forward to it.
Well, this concludes this episode of For Goodness Take. Chris, thank you so much for being on it. Any final questions or comments?
Nope. Just thank you for having me, man. I watched some of your other episodes, and I wish you the best in the future going forward. If you need anything, reach out. Like I said, I'm willing to help anyone that's a good person and likes the game, man. So if you need anything, reach out, let me know. And just thank you for getting me on this show. And I hope you're very successful in your future.
Thank you so much. I hope the best for you as well.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Of course.